Good evening. In the news tonight, winners are being announced in the 5th annual Knox County Anti-Meth Campaign. President Obama is pitching plans to help students burdened with loan debt. And in sports, the VU volleyball team knocks off a nationally ranked team. News Center 22 starts now.
Local news, weather, and sports. Produced through the combined efforts of the students, staff, and faculty of Vincennes University's electronic media program, this is News Center 22.
The 5th annual Knox County Anti-Meth Campaign is wrapping up with an award ceremony. Good evening. For News Center 22, I'm Evan Nunn. Right now, several students, teachers, and family members are gathered at that award ceremony here on the Vincennes University campus. The Meth Not Even Once campaign is co-sponsored by the Knox County League of Women Voters and our very own WVUT The Blazer. Students from all 4 county schools were invited to participate in the event by either drawing a poster or writing a public service announcement. Winners in the campaign will be announced shortly. WVUT's Nicole Carey will join us live in our second segment to let us know just who those winners are. Vincennes University celebrated the start of construction of its newest facility at the Jasper campus today. VU officials held a groundbreaking ceremony for the Advanced Manufacturing and Technology Center on the west side of the Jasper campus. The center will add over 54,000 square feet of laboratories and classroom space that will be devoted to programming in technologies needed for workers to succeed in the modern workforce. A request for funding by the Indiana Military Museum remains on hold. Members of the Vincennes Urban Enterprise Association voted Wednesday to table a request made by Jim Osborne for $15,000. Osborne sought the funding for construction of a fence to secure the future home for the museum and its collection of war memorabilia and artifacts. The museum purchased the former Blackford Glass Factory site off South 6th Street with plans to reopen the museum at its new location sometime this spring. The board gave no explanation for tabling the request. The head of Duke Energy is defending his corporation before Indiana regulators this week. Duke Chairman and CEO James Rogers took to the witness stand Wednesday during the first day of hearings by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission into problems at the $3 billion plant in Edwardsport. Rogers attributes cost overages to the fact that the plant is the first of its kind. The IURC will decide whether Duke customers must pay for close to $1 billion in cost overruns. Regulators originally approved the plant at a cost of $1.985 billion. There's a new state system to find stolen cars and unlicensed drivers. Indiana State Police will use a license plate reader to scan the tags of drivers. They have been testing it out over the summer and say many of the bugs have been worked out. 4 cruisers are equipped with the reader. Police say they hoped it can get revoked or suspended drivers off the road and make things safer for everybody. The Vincennes University will host inspirational speaker Collins Toohey next week. Toohey became well known after the release of the movie The Blind Side, which featured the story of her family and adoptive brother, Michael Orr. Orr came to live with the Tooheys during high school before going on to play college football and then being drafted by the NFL. Toohey will speak at the Red Skelton Performing Arts Center on Wednesday, November 2nd at 7 p.m. The presentation is free and open to the public. Still to come on News Center 22, Nicole Carey will join us live from the Knox County Anti-Meth Campaign Award Ceremony. And many college grads are swimming in student loan debt. We'll explain what President Obama is proposing to lessen the burden. Stay with us.
Money around. the next America in Primetime.
Television kind of trained and brainwashed a whole generation of women.
You had to be perfect.
The perfect wife, the perfect mom.
The women on television now are in pursuit of other things.
She has this intense calling.
It makes her pretty fierce.
It's her wake up to, what have I been doing?
Welcome back to News Center 22. Well, as we told you earlier, the 5th annual Knox County Anti-Meth Campaign is wrapping up with an award ceremony this evening. Joining us live on the Vincennes University campus with the details on this year's winners is News Center 22's Nicole Carey. Nicole?
That's right, Evan. Middle and high school students from all over the county were all invited to participate in the 5th annual Meth Not Even Once awareness campaign. Now, students could translate their message about the dangers of meth by either creating a poster or writing a public service announcement. Joining me now to share with us what effect this campaign has had on these students is North Knox teacher Candy Malone. Thanks for joining us, Candy.
My pleasure.
Now, why is it important for the students to participate in a campaign like this?
This is a very important campaign because it not only touches their lives, it touches their community as well, and they see that, and education is the key, and this gets them involved in the problems and the solutions.
What have you seen as they put their effort forth in the different projects, the posters and the PSAs? What do you see come out of their work?
Oh, I see. They know a lot of people who have been affected by this problem, this plague, and it gets them to be able to express themselves and learn a lot about the problem and the solutions as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Candy. I'm sure your students are already thinking about what they're going to do next year.
Oh, yes. Right. Every year.
Thank you, Candy. Well, earlier in the week, a panel of judges selected the winners in both categories for each school, who will each be given a cash prize of $25. Now, those winners are from Clark Middle School. Evelyn Crowley won for her poster, while Kennedy Rivera won for Best PSA. From South Knox Middle School poster entries, Katie Stanley was chosen for her top honors. For poster entries submitted by Reve Junior High, Robert Wagner was awarded the top prize. Among the North Knox Junior High entries, Kendall Berry was named as the best poster, while the best PSA went to Michaela Scheidler. From Lincoln High School, the poster winner is Elijah Aluja Johnson, while the PSA winner is Elijah Arnold. From North Knox, Destiny Johnson was awarded the best poster, while Aaron Astleford had the best PSA. For Reve's poster entries, David Black won top honors. And from South Knox, the poster winner was named Kennedy Dono, while Nancy Rupel won for Best PSA. Now for our overall winners, who will each walk away with a $100 cash prize. The overall poster winner is North Knox High School's Tyler Mundy. Tyler will have his poster printed and distributed at schools and organizations throughout the community in the coming year. And our overall PSA winner is North Knox High School's Christy Ashby. Once the award ceremony is finished, Christy will go straight into the Blazer Studios where she will record her PSA, which will start to air tonight on 91.1 WVUT HD. So this evening really is all about celebrating these students' hard work and educating their peers about the dangers of meth, a drug that can destroy so many lives. We would like to thank all the students who participated, and a special thanks to the League of Women Voters here in Knox County for co-sponsoring this campaign with us. Reporting live from VU's Davis Hall, I'm Nicole Carey. Evan, back to you.
Thanks, Nicole. The cost of college is soaring. A new report shows the average yearly price tag for attending an in-state public university jumped to more than $21,000 this fall. For many, that means bigger loans at a time when it's hard to find a job. So President Obama is pushing a plan that he says could help more than 1.5 million people. Dan Lothian explains.
As the first snow of the season fell across the Denver campus of the University of Colorado, we ran into Rita Whittington, a special education major who seems to have already earned a degree in student loans.
It's quite a burden. I've taken out extensive loans. At first I educated my children, 3 of them I sent to college. So I have parent loans, and now I have student loans. So this is extremely costly for me.
The costly burden of a college education is weighing on students across the country, where earning a diploma is followed by this reality, an average debt of nearly $23,000.
Truthfully, it's a silent killer because you never actually see the money. It's usually, financial aid and things like that, or loans that you take. So, kind of never having it tangibly in your hands makes it very difficult to conceptualize how much the debt is.
Attempting to lessen the shock and lighten the load, President Obama went to Denver to tout his plan that sidesteps Congress.
We can't wait for Congress to do its job. So where they won't act, I will.
The president aims to speed up a plan that was already in the works. For example, beginning next year, the repayment amount of a federal loan will be limited to 10% of discretionary income. And after 20 years, 5 years sooner than current rules, all debts will be forgiven. In addition, the program will make it easier to consolidate student loans. But in a statement, Tennessee Republican Senator Lamar Alexander offered another solution. Quote, "The real way to reduce the burden of student loan debt is to slow down the growth of tuition." And he suggested that could be done by reducing healthcare costs and mandates that are soaking up state dollars that could be used for education. Back in snowy Denver, Whittington is cautiously optimistic the plan will help students like her shoulder a burden that, while painful, is necessary.
I think in the long run it is good for us to put ourselves in a better place for the future.
The president admitted these small steps are no substitute for congressional action, but that they will make a difference. Meantime, Republicans are criticizing the president for what they view as campaigning and trying to save his own job instead of getting the ailing economy back on track. Dan Lothian, CNN, Denver.
Rescuers are still finding survivors beneath mountains of rubble 4 days after a massive earthquake rocked eastern Turkey. Here you can see crews pulling out a teen from debris of a building in Van Wednesday. The teen was immediately taken to a field hospital. According to state media, 461 people died in Sunday's 7.2 magnitude quake. More than 1,300 others were hurt. The lead singer of KISS is recovering from vocal cord surgery, and Bruce Willis and his wife are expecting. Michelle Wright has all the details in today's Hollywood Minute.
Singer Amy Winehouse died from alcohol poisoning. A British coroner released the toxicology findings Wednesday. According to the report, Winehouse's blood alcohol level was 5 times the legal limit at the time of her death, and 3 empty vodka bottles were found in her home. The 27-year-old died at her London flat in July. She had long struggled with substance abuse. The lead singer of KISS is recovering from surgery to repair a problem with his vocal cords. Paul Stanley said his ailment was caused by 40 years of rock and roll. Stanley's doctors call the surgery a success and expect him to make a swift and complete recovery. The 59-year-old is currently producing KISS's 20th studio album due out next year. He plans to hit the road again for the group's upcoming world tour. A baby is on the way for actor Bruce Willis and his wife Emma. The couple announced they're expecting their first child together early next year. It'll be Willis's 4th child. He has 3 daughters with ex-wife Demi Moore. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Michelle Wright.
Rain and cooler temperatures have returned to the area, but will they stick around? Ethan Quarterman is here now to let us know. Ethan?
Well, that's a yes and a no, Evan. The rain will give way to sunny skies for a while, but the cooler temperatures are going to hang around. I'll explain more when we come back.